I don't know. See if I can get through this. Oh, I'm gonna rock up at this bar one way or another, covered in limestone. Oh, I got this. I got it. Geez, that was a little squeeze, but too. Merhaba legends. I'm in Mardin. Mardin's right down, well, over here, directly due south. That haze of dust is Syria. And we're only about 20 k's from the border of Syria. And the fertile lands in between here, we can see, this is Mesopotamia. And I'm right down in the bottom of Turkey. And yeah, this is a pretty old place. This was settled around about 11,000 BC. Majority of these buildings, which are made of sandstone, are all from around the 1300s, or yeah, somewhere around the 1300s. But they have very recently uncovered what will probably be the first evidence of permanent settlement anywhere in the world, just down here. And it's about 13,000 year old buildings. So there's been settlements here for a very long time. Mesopotamia is of course the cradle of civilization. The wheel was invented here. So many things came out of this part of the world. Mesopotamia actually means the land between rivers. So over here we have the Euphrates, which sits to the west, and somewhere behind over here we have the Tigris, and down here we have Baghdad, where these two rivers pretty much converge, and the fertile lands in between them is the land between the rivers, Mesopotamia. There's something very interesting that I didn't expect to find somewhere so close to Syria. Is everywhere in this town, pretty much down the main street here, there's a lot of wine shops. And here you go, you can see the sign for Mesopotamian wine. We got rosé. I mean, look at this. So we've got a big wine shop in here selling Mesopotamian wine. I might have to sample some later. But before we do that, we'll go for a little wander down, well, the main street here, but you can see all the buildings sort of tumbling up and down this hill. I'm about halfway up the hill. You got the fortified castle, or it was a citadel. I don't think you can get up there. I think it's occupied by the military now. We'll see how we go, trying to get there. I don't see any way up, which I think is probably the purpose of it being built there, actually. I can hear an Australian budgerigar. Here we go. Oh, g'day cobber. How you going, mate? Did they catch you from the great land down under and bring you up here? Poor little Aussie battler, stuck in a cage. Should be flying with his flock around the Australian outback. Everywhere you go around here, well, especially on the upside of town, you'll find, because every building is probably around 2 or 3 stories high, because they're just built to cascade down. Oh God, I don't know if I'm in anyone's lounge room here or what's going on. Yeah, so they all step down. So everybody's cafe is kind of on the rooftop of the people down below them. I can see all these little cafes around. It's beautiful. And it just keeps on going down, down, down the hill. I'm going to head up the hill because I still want to see if I can get to that castle. This is great. This is one of those little towns where you just get lost in the back streets forever and a day, and you'll just keep finding fun little cafes. And look at this little, hello, Merhaba. Direct flights from Istanbul to Mardin, so I guess quite a lot of tourism here. But all you have to do is step one lane down and there's all sorts of funky little wine bars and cafes and things. See, look at this. We're close to the Syrian border and more wine bars. I didn't expect it. Well, we can see the citadel up the top here. It does look like it's fenced off though. So that was heavily populated, that citadel, right up until the late 19th century. Everyone was living up in that. That's pretty cool, isn't it? What is this? Oh, there's a wedding. Here you go, you get a good look here of what it's all about. How beautiful is this for a view? Everyone up here on the little terraces. Grab your chai or a Mesopotamian vino and just look over Mesopotamia, Syria just here. Oh, a beautiful minaret right in front. Hey there, buddies. Oh, look at this. The horse's ass. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. The one common thing around the world is dickheads. Who the hell wants to come to a 700-year-old madrasa and freaking try to engrave their names all over it? It's just... Well, since from here it doesn't look like you can get up to the castle, there may be another way around, but there's a lot of fencing here. This is probably one of the better views from this 1300s madrasa, the views of Mardin. And you can see nearly every rooftop's got a little cafe on it. It's going to be it'll be beautiful at sunset here. Find yourself a little posse. You can see down here they got a little barbecue cooking up some shazliks. As the smell drifts across, I don't want to say it again, but across the Mesopotamian plains. How many times can I say Mesopotamia in one video? It's also one of the busier places to be. If you want to have a quiet time, don't come here. I'm going to see if I can get further up here somewhere and beat these crowds. Here's a little cemetery that I can just poke my head out over. Oh, a big wall. But I've just... Now, my Turkish is not that great, but there's a tombstone that over... Which one is it? Here has the birth date 1316. Great. Has the date of death 1974. You do the maths on that one. So, what are they eating up here? They're going to 600 years old? Alright. So, just as I was losing faith that I'd ever find a way up to the castle, I found the sign here. Kale Kale Castle. So let's go and have a little look. Oh, it's going to take me through the cemetery of 600-year-old people. There's another one, 1333, 1997 he died. What's happening here? Right, this is a bit more promising. I'm up behind the houses now. These top houses up here, these are just where people are living. You know, don't have the cafes and all the rest of it going on. It's just people's homes. What bloody fantastic views they've got at the top of the hill here. Still looking very much all fenced off, eh? A fella down at the madrasa said that it was closed. Well, and here's a picture that, yeah, I think it's all taken by the military now. Military security zone, entrance forbidden. All right then, well that answers that. Jeez, what a view the deceased have got. They're taking up the most expensive real estate up here. Dead centre of town. Waka waka waka. Here's another one. 1339 to 1997. What the? And they really don't want people getting in. There's 3-4 layers of fence here. It's probably the original old metal fencing from the 13,100 million years ago. Here we go. We got the greatest view of all. Take that, suckers, you stupid tourists. I'm now above you in more ways than physically. Alright, here's the madrasa, which under these domes, I know that on this side here was a mosque still operational. I don't know if there's a mosque under this one on the right. Look at this, fantastic. We've got, oh Jesus, how many minarets? How many mosques are in this town? There's easy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's a dozen minarets I'm counting there. In case you guys weren't aware, that there's Mesopotamia. We're clocking up the count. If you happen to be in Mardin, feel like getting married, seems that this madrasa and mosque is the place to do it. There's currently 3 weddings taking place. 1, 2, or 3 photos and 3. Although this lady over here, she's dressed in red, so I'm guessing the groom is marrying like fire goddess or something or other, or she-devil. But anyway, this is the place for your wedding photos. Probably get married in here as well, who knows. And then right over here you got kids just chucking crackers at each other on the rooftop. Oh, there's a whole barrel of laughs up here in Mardin. To find where I'm going to sit for sunset. The sun's going to set over yonder, about here somewhere, because that's south, because that's Mesopotamia. so I'm going to grab a view of Mesopotamia of sunset, and I reckon the best spot is going to be this little chaparino right here. Yep, that's the one for me. Hopefully that little chaparino has a vino. It's yet to be seen though. Here's a big screen. Whoa. Alright. This is what happened. See, this is what happens when I get out of Georgia and I stop drinking. I actually get the energy to talk, and then you probably wish that I just went and got drunk again and stopped talking. Such is life. I'm going to try a different way than past all the dead 600-year-old people. I'm going to try this little goat track down here. I did contemplate just jumping down into their wedding photos like freaking Spider-Man. Now that would make a great shot. Don't know if they'd agree with that, but hey, it takes 3 to make a crowd, and one idiot to ruin that crowd. Is that the saying? I think it is now. Come on, let's get on jogging down this little goat track. Come on, doggy. Hammer off. Sometimes you just got to run it out, don't you? I mean, not when you're in India and you got diarrhea. Don't run that out. Might surprise you. Still on a hillside, and still looking at Mesopotamia. How do I get down from here? I reckon these chats doing a bit of renos. They know the. Oh God, I've come the wrong way, haven't I? Is there a wrong way when you don't really care where you're going? I don't think so. There's just the way. Away. Let's fly away. Let's go see what the go is. Merhaba.
Merhaba, hoş geldin.
Hey,
Cafe?
Yeah, cafe, the Republic. Let's go on in, check it out.
Yes.
Merhaba, how are you? I'm good. This is nice, not what I expected.
Çekim yap.
Yeah.
Public cafe.
Ah, I reckon chai.
Çay, kahve,
Yeah.
limonata,
Merhaba.
portakal. Her şey var.
All of the above. What he said. I'll just grab a menu, thanks.
Yeah.
Cheers. Hey, look at this. Oh, again, beat the crowds. Come on out. Merhaba. Alrighty, things you find when you're at 600-year-old people's cemeteries, fortresses, and Spider-Man and down the mountainside. Something you can see on the rooftops that are not used for cafes or restaurants are the ones that are just people living in them. I can see one over here, and there's a couple around. There's another one over here. There's people's beds. Now I'm guessing that it gets ridiculously hot here in summer. We're in mid-October now and we're still pushing the 30 degrees, so easy 40 degrees, hot nights. Probably a lot of these places don't have air conditioning, so sleeping out on the rooftop of their terraces would be the way to catch a bit of a cool breeze. You'd see some bloody awesome stars. You'd also see the Mesopotamian plains. Sometimes you just got to let the crack wear off after running around the hillside like a flaming galah, and get yourself a chai, a little tiramisu cake, and just kick back and relax. The sun is just setting on a beautiful day, my first beautiful day in Mardin. And what a little place. Now I've spotted with my peepers a place over here that may have a beer. So we'll see how good my eyesight is from a couple of 100 meters up the hillside. Oh God, well this isn't the way to go. I've come to a dead end. Have I? Or have I? Oh God, where does that go? Oh Jesus. Where am I? Oh shit, what is this? Well, all in the name of beer. Let's see if I can carry on this merry. Oh. Alrighty, this is not the fountain of beer. That's just this is the fountain of youth. I found where you go if you want to live to 600 years old. You got to suck from the spring there. That's not going to help me. Well, maybe it will. Jesus. Now where? Man. I'm not getting. Look, there's a hole over here. We could take a path, or What's that? I don't know. See if I can get through this. I'm gonna rock up at this bar one way or another, covered in limestone. I got this. I got it. Jeez, that was a little squeeze, but all right, I'm one step closer on. I'm covered in dust. I just need to parkour my way over the rooftops. Alrighty, from what I can see, look, I don't know where this is going. This is someone's beautiful, like, abandoned house, by the looks of it. Wow. What have I found? Where am I going? Oh, the hounds are onto me. Here we go. Now, I know I'm meant to be going back that way, but one doesn't just walk past an abandoned. Look at this. This is beautiful. There's somebody's bed. Look at the colours in here. This is fantastic. Wow. Very cool. I like this odd quest that I'm on. Alrighty. Somehow I gotta get off the floor. Jesus. Oh, I'm just in like the forgotten parts of this town. Dear God. Look at this old building. Oh, it's a pigeon. Why would they make such a noise with their wings? Scare the living crap out of you. Okay, let's get some light on the situation. This is not a bar, but it could be. Why has this one got bars on it? Is that the 600-year-old people that buried vampires that they used to bar into this room? Look at this. This is cool. These niches in the walls. I'm guessing an old church or something. There were a lot of ancient, especially being so far up the hill. Oh, there's an ancient shoe. Whoa. Being this far up the hill, close to the castle, were a lot of the older buildings. And there were a lot of Armenian churches and things. So potentially. All right. Fantastic. I reckon this should be a nightclub. If anyone's out there that wants to invest, because imagine the different rooms. You get on to be the bar. You go into the little chill out Dracula vampire room. Forget about that. We've got a proper bar to actually find, let alone making one. Alrighty. I once got kicked out of a nightclub in Adelaide for not having the correct clothes on. I was wearing thongs or flip-flops. And so I went around the back of the club and I climbed up a drain pipe 2 stories up and got onto the roof and then got into the nightclub again from the roof. I was a few years younger back then, so I'm not sure if I'm going to climb up drain pipes to get into this bar. let's just double check. It's a great little view from this courtyard. Look at this. Whoa, it's just all of these abandoned. I'm like in this little abandoned quarter here. This is grouse. This is. Who's in here? Fuck, should I be opening up locked doors? Oh, that's to a staircase to down there. If I go down, I'll end up. Oh, this. Wow, this whole. This is. Somebody's wired it closed. We'll just go in. Well, this is turning out way more fun than looking for a beer, is it? Here's another staircase. Well, that one's bricked off, so there's probably a vampire in there trying to get out. That's what you do with vampires around here. Look at the view from this one. What's going on? Why is there all these abandoned buildings up here? There's people having drinks, enjoying the sunset. I'm just scrabbling around the abandoned part of town. All of this is abandoned. What would I do if I was James Bond? I'd probably land on the satellite dish here, slide into that little hole, into the kitchen, throw some knives at some people and run on out. That's exactly what I'd do. I don't... God, I reckon I can get down these stairs and then down there, and then from there figure it out. Right on, let's get down there. While we're up here on the terrace of Dracula Dreams, you can see all these beds here. The cats are using them now. This is the main street. Oh, great view of the main street from here. Let's run straight through one direction. And you can see that's where all the tourists are, going into the little trinket shops, unawares that secret agent Jake is on the job. Well, if this place wasn't creepy enough, here's another shoe, which, if I'm correct, yes, Cinderella, looks like that shoe fits that person's leg. So they're feeding the vampires here. I'm gonna try to let them out. Oh, is this locked from the other side? Of course it is. No one would let the vampires into here. All right, it's time to take the logical way. The drain pipe, or this little alleyway. Ooh. Yep, no, this is the one. We'll burst in through the back door. Aha! There's a sign of things. Let's go to... None of them say beer, but one of them says secret garden, so that's pretty close. Is this it? We'll try it. Righty, come up the stairs. These guys are doing a great job. I think that was the one that I saw, but just because I'm who's a lucky boy, who's a lucky boy, I found myself in a little bar. Look at this, Merhaba. Ah, okay. And there's beer. It's gonna be all right. Just gonna blow the froth off a couple. Didn't work. It's not often you're looking across the plains of Mesopotamia and over Syria, listening to a bit of call to prayer. It's probably even less frequent that you're doing that while drinking beer. It's crazy to think at least, they have evidence of at least 13,000 years of permanent settlement, meaning buildings. 13,000 years of buildings in these hills and just on the foothills around here. Now I'm from Australia and they've got evidence of Australian Aboriginal people of 70,000 years, but not of permanent settlements, of actual buildings. It's amazing to be at a place like this where, well, I guess the real civilization really did start. G'day guys, I'm going to give you a little tour. Well, this is my hotel where I'm staying at here, but it's a traditional old house as well, so it gives a pretty good indication of what most of these houses are like. So let's start in the little dining slash breakfast area. Merhaba. Here we go. Don't know what this room would have once been used for. It's lovely, got some chandeliers. We'll start at the bottom and we'll make our way up. Got the kitchen in here. We've got bedrooms. I haven't actually looked down here. Another room in there. And then we'll carry up. So yeah, most of the houses in Mardin are about, usually it's sort of 3-stepped levels of rooms, living areas. This one's been converted, obviously. More rooms. Get up to the terrace area here. And then we'll keep going up to the next terrace area. Wow, this is bright. Beautiful views from here. And it goes up. Well, they've got lots of water storage and everything up there. Some more rooms. I'll show you my room. Because although I was saying that Mardin is not the cheapest place in the world, it just goes into some more rooms in here. Not the cheapest place in the world. This is what, roughly $50 US gets you. Now I haven't made the room up, sorry guys, but so this is $50. That's bloody beautiful. So again, yes, the traditional old, I mean, this could be a 600, 700 year old building here. You got the bathroom. And look at the shower, it's lovely. So that's what 50 bucks will get you in Mardin, and this is a traditional, well, somebody's old house. I'm just going for a little walk around, way off from the tourist area. I'm just down the back streets. But what I'm realizing, so this is a new day and a new hat. Yesterday when I was around in the that abandoned area, I thought that unusual, but I guess that was unusual because it was closer to the tourist area. What I'm finding here is that I'd say, well, I'm in an area here that seems to have about 90% of the buildings are abandoned. Like everywhere you look here, there's just, so you just poke your head in any doorway, any nook or cranny or anything, and it's this whole thing is abandoned. It's crazy to me because not far that way there's hundreds of tourists wandering around, and yet I'm in basically a ghost town. There's nothing here. It's like everybody upped and left it decades ago and never returned. I'm loving exploring around these little side lanes though. It's a very interesting part of town. We're getting civilization? No. I mean, all this is abandoned. Looks like somebody might be living in this one. Hear voices. Okay, people live in that one. There's all these beautiful old buildings. This is all abandoned. But where I thought I was back in the land of the living, there was like 3 houses with people living, but then the rest of it's abandoned. Like, I've just been walking all through here. I mean, there's a couple of it's a little bit like Skultubo in Georgia, where people just seem to be living in semi-abandoned neighbourhoods. Like there's 3 families or something, or one, being lived in. With everything else, there's nobody in any of it. Do they feel creeped out at night, living in a ghost town? I find this town so fascinating. Everywhere you look, like, I'm just going to keep going on about it. But I've been walking around for over an hour, and besides the main street, everything's abandoned. Like, the more I look, the crazier it becomes. It's insane. It's really quiet. Like, considering there's a lot of tourists further ahead on the main street, you just find that everything has either been bricked up or something. It's this place is blowing my mind. What is it all about? And you just walk around an entire little region of it through all the back streets, and it's just everything's abandoned, and then there'll just be like one house lived in. I haven't moved away. I don't know, some old Turkish lady or Kurdish or something. Ooh, that's a point. It's about 50-50 split here in Mardin of Kurdish, of the language groups here. 49% Kurdish, 49% Arabic, and only about 2% Turkish is spoken here, of the people that live here, which for the people that live here, it's probably there's only one Kurdish person and one Arabic person. The rest are just tourists. And cats, always lots of cats. So you'll just be wandering along what looks like a bloody bomb site, and then you'll come to a little cafe. So down there somewhere is the main street where everything's going on. Everything over this side seems to be completely abandoned. This is all abandoned. Then here's a cafe. So well, it's bound to be cheaper than down in the tourist part of town. So let's see what a cafe in an abandoned city looks like. Is it a cafe still? God, it's probably... No. What the... Where am I now? They've lured me into a trap. Somebody's living in this. There's some there's the curtains in it anyway, but from a lot of what I've seen, it's like a lot of it's been left recently. Man. And I'm guessing that they've just left. Is it in there? No. Okay. Well, that's what an abandoned cafe looks like in an abandoned city. Alright guys, let's get that in the background. This is my last night in, where the hell am I? Mardin. And it's been a lot of fun. This is a cool little town. Everyone up here on the little terraces. So I'd definitely recommend coming to Mardin for a couple of nights. And tomorrow I'm heading into Iraq, so I did not plan on going there, but yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun, hopefully. Not many people say that about going to Iraq, but I've got high hopes. So I'm going to try and find a beer, because it could be my last. So thanks guys, thanks for coming along to Mardin. Take it easy, yeah?